Alright, hello, welcome back to another video on this channel. This is going to be a very interesting video, so make sure you watch it till the end. But before we get into that, this is Praveen, one of my new friends that I made in Adelaide. 3 days ago, I went for dinner with one of my friends and he was working there. And it was great to talk to him, know that he's gotten a job, and not just one job. You'll discover the different jobs that he has gotten in just a span of 2 3 months.
Yeah.
And knowing this market, knowing the current job market, I was just very happy talking to him. He's also one of my subscribers, so it was great to catch up with him. We also recently shot another video. If you haven't seen it, go watch it after this one. It's basically a video around where I've basically interviewed two people, Praveen being one of them, which is 3 days versus 3 months versus 3 years in Australia, just to showcase the different points in an international student's journey. But this video is going to be all about the current job market, the reality, different ways on how you actually get a job, and are the traditional ways working or not. So I'll ask you multiple questions about your experience.
Yeah, sure.
And just be as realistic as possible.
Sure.
So tell everybody when you came and when did you start applying for jobs.
Yeah, I came here on February 15, 2025.
Yeah.
I kept applying for jobs after 2 weeks of landing here.
Okay.
It was not too hard for me. I have no pressure of finding a job, like parents forcing me to get a job or something. But I just want to feel responsible. And, in a student journey, you also definitely want to keep time apart from your studies as well. So make new friends at the workplace, know how the work culture as well. And I applied for like hundreds of applications online, but nothing worked. And I've even tried giving it a try, giving a resume in a store and in a restaurants as well, and nothing worked out. And then after 1 month, I found this app called Gumtree where I.
That's really great. Let's break that down step by step so that people
Yes.
understand how things happened. Did you already had you already worked on your Australian resume and cover letter before flying?
No, I have not worked. I have no experience on resume making or nothing.
No experience on
And
resume
the
making.
Indian resume is completely different with the Australian resumes and all. You should definitely work on that. Watch bunch of videos on YouTube how to get done with your resume, Australian resume.
Yeah, there's a playlist that I have on my channel, basically titled "Jobs and Networking." So have a look through different videos. I mentioned different templates as well in the description. So there are templates from Seek, Study Adelaide, so you can choose either of them. But let's break that down even further. Okay, so you hadn't worked on your resume. You landed. You were living in a private room in a shared apartment with acquaintances.
Yeah.
Who told you that the Indian resume template doesn't work? Who told you to convert it into an Australian resume template?
Yeah, my cousins told me that it doesn't work out. When I sent my resume to them, they said it doesn't work out, and instead they have sent me a template with the Australian kind of thing. Yeah.
Got it.
And then I edited it, bunch of things for the first job. I got rejected directly.
Yeah.
So I was, they're changing making a little bit changes to the resumes and then kept applying.
So as you said, and this is a problem that a lot of people will have, is that they don't have any experience. Like where we come from in India or other countries as well, we are not used to working while we are studying or while we are teenagers. So what did you actually put on your resume?
Yeah, I put no experience, but I showcased my punctual. I was punctual. I'm reliable. I show up on time. I'm really hardworking. Like just the normal things that we usually do that.
Okay.
Like if you are really good at something, just put that in your resume.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
organizing.
You didn't put any.
I did not put anything.
Okay.
Yeah. I did not put any experience. I said I have no experience, but I'm ready to work. Like I'm available to work immediately.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cool. So February 15th you landed, 2 weeks after you started applying for jobs. So let's say 1st March you started applying for jobs, right?
Yeah.
How many jobs would you have applied for till now, and which all platforms have you used?
I've used LinkedIn, Seek, Indeed, I use Gumtree, Facebook Marketplace, everything.
Everything.
Like yeah,
So
I've applied jobs everywhere.
How
even
many
the
jobs have you applied?
even the company's website as well.
yeah, 100%. So how many jobs would you have? Like an approximate?
140, 150 plus jobs.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
And so like basically,
And all these schools, woolies, you also should give them interview, like a video interview, AI thing.
Yeah.
I've also done that. After 2 attempts, I was like, I'm not doing this thing again
fair
because
enough.
it takes a lot of time for you to set up everything,
Fair
shoot
enough.
a video.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Fair enough. So when did you realize that this is not working to get a job? This strategy is not working to get a job. When did you realize that, and what other strategies did you try?
Yeah, when I applied online and then I go show up at the store with the same resume and they ask me if I had any experience, the local experience or experience in the same field, or do I know someone in the store already working, like a reference.
Okay, so these were the top 2 to 3 questions that they used to ask.
Yeah.
You. Okay.
In the beginning, yeah.
Cool.
That.
Okay. So you're applying for jobs online. You're walking into different stores with your resume. You are also asking for referrals from your friends that you met at orientation or uni or something.
Yeah, they were also juggling between finding jobs. So it was not that easy for me to ask them for reference. But I did really ask who are already working in the store.
Yeah.
To help me out to get a job like the other employees.
Yeah.
But they were like, we do not directly know you, but we can still help you when there is a vacancy. There is already vacancy showing up in the website, but they're not ready.
So one thing I like to say here is that from someone, and I think Praveen will also accept this now, is that when you're working at a certain place, and if you're referring someone, or if you're trusting someone with them putting your name onto their application, that means that it's like a test of like a trust check that they have, which a lot of unknown people will not want to do because they can't attest for your characteristics, they can't attest for your personality, they can't attest for what your strengths and weaknesses are.
You should be responsible for everything that they have done. If they have made a mistake, it's going to come under your name.
100%. So coming to the main part of the video, what job strategy finally worked for you?
I directly messaged the guys on Gumtree, and I did show up for 2 events. Like one is the gardening thing near the old Australian citizen guy. He did really help me. And the other thing, I showed up at a catering service. It was also a good pay. And I did carpentry, I did pavering, I did drilling as well. And I did commercial cleaning for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
And these are all like private ads put on Gumtree?
Yeah, Gumtree, and the bunch of ads that come in the WhatsApp groups as well, like the university groups or the community groups where we have where I join in a Telugu community group, where they show up if they have any jobs.
And if you don't mind me asking, the pay was in cash or pay ID? What was it?
Yeah, initially when I worked, it was in a cash for the first 1 month, and later I've asked them to do it on TFN and ABN. They were ready to do that. But the Australian guy that I met in the beginning, that first gave me the job, he was paying me in cash, but only for 4 hours in a week. So it was not a big problem for me and for him. That's what he has told me. So it was, I felt like, let's go for this. Yeah.
Got it. And this was obviously not consistent, right? These were, okay, when an ad comes, you apply. If they want you, they'll message you, and then you go. So it wasn't consistent. You weren't working a set amount of hours every week, right?
Yeah. 1 week you get like 20 hours. Yeah, you can really make money, like 700, 800 in a week. And next week you don't have any work to do. So I used to plan these expenses, like this week this much amount, and next week.
Got it. So
it's all about, like, all the casual jobs, they don't really guarantee you at the end. So you should really plan your expenses if you're working in a casual job.
So talk about your situation now. Are you in a more consistent job on a more consistent pay?
Yeah, I'm getting a better pay, like 2 times the pay, and I'm also working in a restaurant that they pay me well, like Indian restaurant.
Yeah.
On TFN, it's a good thing again. And the guy that I work with, he's paying me on ABN. Like the government is directly paying me on ABN.
Yeah.
So it's a
Just to
positive
explain
thing.
what that is, that so on Gumtree he saw an Australian citizen put up an ad to help to help him with his gardening basically.
Yeah.
Praveen went there for 2, 3, 4 weeks, helped
Yeah.
him out, and because he was on time, he was punctual, and he was actually helping that old Australian citizen out. That citizen helped him to get registered with an aged care facility so that he can get paid the fair rate, the
Yeah.
more better rate for doing the same amount of
Same
things.
work, yeah.
For doing the
Same
same
hours,
work.
same work.
Same hours, same work, but more legit and more prominent as well. But yeah, so that's really good. And how did you get the restaurant job?
I got the restaurant job through reference, like the one that I'm living with here. So the owner of that restaurant has multiple businesses. So that guy, that owner works for a guy that living in my house. He's a project manager in a company, in a construction company. So he said, I will refer to the company. When I directly moved to the restaurant and they asked me, who is your reference one day, and I was like, so maybe this job is not for me.
Yeah.
And then another day, I don't know that this guy works for the same company, and the roommate, he told me that I can help you get a job like with a reference. So we moved in on the same day, and he was
Yeah.
like, come for a trial shift next day. Then
Lovely.
done. Yeah.
Lovely. That's great.
Yeah.
Using that as a segue, what would you, particularly for job search and job search strategies, what is the importance of networking, connection building, talking to people in Australia?
Yeah, it's very important. Like, it plays a key role getting you a job. Networking is very important here. And the references play a major role getting you into any job. Like even a full-time, part-time, casual job. Yeah, they need someone, who can trust.
Yeah.
They can't directly employ you without knowing where you're from, what you do, and what's your background,
Yeah.
and all. Yeah.
Yeah. And
references really help me a lot.
especially for, as you said in your own words, an introverted person like you.
Yeah.
How did you manage that? Was it like, okay, I need to do this now, I can't get by without it?
Yeah.
Or was it something else? Did you do something to help you get out there?
No, I've just moved out because I want to get that job. So if this is not going to work, I should definitely move out of the box and try out things. If I'm at the same position, I would not find a better opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I feel.
Got it. Any last piece of advice for people coming in July, next February? Will you still prompt them to apply through the normal, job search strategies like Seek, LinkedIn? Have they worked for any of your friends, or will you tell them to just get any and all experience through gigs like on Facebook Marketplace, on Gumtree?
Yeah, give it a try online on Seek and Indeed, LinkedIn. But if you show up in person, they're definitely going to take your application out and give you a job. So I would say first 2 months, don't depend on finding a job. Instead, plan your expenses for the first 2 months,
Keep
and then
trying,
figure
yeah.
out after 1 month, figure out what's working for you.
That's a great advice. So yeah, keep trying for the first 1-2 months. Plan out
months.
your expenses, reduce your expenses as much as possible. Obviously, go out with friends, explore the country, explore the city, explore the state you're in. But just know that everybody is from different financial backgrounds, from different financial backing. So let's say if hypothetically person A is loaded, and you're person B and you're on a budget, you can't expect to live the same lifestyle as person A. So you need to look out for yourself. You need to plan your expenses accordingly. You need to try out different things, see what works, what doesn't work, and try different things. Try applying online, try applying in person, try reaching out to people, try Gumtree, try Facebook Marketplace, try different gigs, because you never know. The Australian citizen might help Praveen get a full-time job if he has any connections. So it's all about adding value and just being there for different people, adding value to their life, and then only then they will add value to your life, because in this world nothing works
Yeah.
one way. One important question is that there's a big notion that if you're not finding jobs, just get a bicycle or get a car and do Uber Eats, do Uber X until you find until you find the job.
Yeah.
Is that something you considered?
I'd not really consider doing Uber and other things because I don't know to drive a car perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
So all my cousins were telling me to do Uber if you don't find a job because it's not time is not restricted. You can do it whenever you want. But since I don't know to drive a car perfectly, it was a no for me.
Yeah.
So I kept applying to jobs online and then see what works.
Got
And
it.
finally landed at good jobs. Like now I'm
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Any feedback there? Like, get your license, get to.
Yeah, get your license, Indian license. It works here as well. And also drive a car in India like perfectly.
Yeah.
Don't just learn to drive and then come here. Just drive perfectly there and then come here and you can hop on the road directly here.
Lovely. All right. That's it for the video. If you have any questions, reach out anywhere in the comments below. If you want me to make particular videos, let me know. I'm pretty much in touch with a lot of people who are still studying, who are looking for jobs, who have jobs. So more videos coming your way on particularly how to get your particular casual, part-time, full-time job. But yeah, with that done, I'll see you in the next one.
What to do? I'm losing all my cool. Feeling like ain't nobody else around us.